Online guys, am I audible? No? Sir, in advanced Python, the first topic is exception handling. Generally, any programming, there are two types of errors are there. One is syntax error, second one is runtime error. Syntax errors are responsible, resolved by the programmer only. There is no concept. Only runtime error to handle. The concept is there, that is exception handling concept. So yesterday we started with how we can handle exceptions by using try and except block. In the try block, whatever the code we have to write, such a code is called as a risky code. Wherever the problem is there, that problem code is we have to write into the try block. In except block, we have to write handling code or alternative code. Because previously I'm telling the meaning of exception handling is we are not repairing any exception, just we have to provide a alternative way to run my program to complete the program. Because in the program, there are three types of terminations are there. One is normal termination. Second one is abnormal termination. Third one is graceful termination. Normal termination means program is started, executed, I'm getting the output. That is called as normal termination. Sometimes because of runtime error, syntactically my program is okay, but runtime in the run, if something goes wrong, then we are not getting the output. In middle program will be terminated. Such a type of thing is called as what it is abnormal. So the main objective of exception handling concept is we have to provide graceful termination. So that is the yesterday I'm given a simple case study. If any exception is raised, what is the happen and how to print the exception information means whenever you are getting any exception, there are two parts are available there. That is one is if you go with 10 by 0, yes, here there are two things are available there, sir. One is zero division error, sir. Second one is division by zero. First one is nothing but class name, the exception class name. Second one is a message which is provided by this class. So I want to print this type of messages. For that, we need to use class name as some any variable. That variable I can print it there. Next, I want to go with try with multiple except block. Single try can handle multiple exceptions because runtime which type of error we get, we don't know. That's why one try block, multiple except blocks we can provide it there. Next, single except block also can handle multiple exceptions. Within the parenthesis, you can provide all the class names. Then automatically one except block can handle multiple exceptions. Finally, we had a discussion about default. Default except block can handle any type of exception, but always default except block must be last. Because it is checking one by one. If any exception class is not matches, there is no alternative. Finally, default block will be executed there. These are all the various combinations except single class, except class aliasing message, multiple classes, default except block. So now, yesterday I'm given a small Python class kada. Take the test.py file. try block, print statement 1, print 10/0, print statement 3, print statement 4, 3, 4. So if I run this program, what is the output we will get? Which statements will be executed? 1, 4. There is no chance of executing the third statement because the reason is, as I am telling, once exception is raised, it will goes to the next block, remaining statement. Suppose here not only 3, assume that same statement 3 times are available there. Is there any chance of executing number marudam 3, 4, 5, 6? Now, once I run the program, sir, everybody knows about that here. Simple 1 and 6 only. But what about my 3, 4, 5? I want to compulsory execute that 3, 4, 5. I want to execute these statements. Then what to do? Yes, very good. We have to write into where? Except block. Nice. అయితే there is no exception. In my program, no exception. Then which statements will execute? Statement 1 only. మరి ఏది 3, 4, 5? Though what is the problem here? If any exception is there, then it will goes to except block. Then try block, I'm missing something. Sare, whatever he is telling, I'm written into except block. Asal there is no exception in my program. My program is perfect. Then except block not executed. Then not executed. But my requirement is at any cost, I want to run these 3 mandatory for me. Just like resource deallocation code or resource releasing code. Releasing code means, for example, sir, in upcoming classes, multi-threading or advanced concepts are there. There is some database is there. One person is using this database. Suppose one person using the database. Once the work is completed, compulsory you can close the connection. Then only it is available to the some another person. That is at the time of multi-threading, this type of concept is there. So one person work completed, you can release the connection, then only it is available to the second person. Otherwise, it is not given. Already one person is using like that, we're getting a message. For example, suppose this file is there. What is this file? Advanced Python, it is opened. I'm accessing. You need to minimize, go to that advanced Python, right click, delete. It is not accepted. Someone is accessing the file. It is not allowed to delete. Once I can close this here, advanced Python, then you can go there, delete, it will be deleted. So such a type of resource deallocation, releasing code I have to write, but where we can write. Try block, there is no guarantee all the statements executed, not executed. Sorry, if I write in the except block means in the try block, there is no exception, except block is not required. So this type of code is called as a cleanup code. One block is required. What is that block means? There is one block is there. That block is nothing but finally block. Sir, what is the advantage of this finally block is at any cost, suppose in your program, there is no exception. Final block executed. Sir, exception is there. You handled final block executed. Exception there. You are not handled. Abnormal termination. Even though final block execute. As at any cost, Python virtual machine will goes to finally block. It is executed. Then only program will be terminated. That is the main advantage of finally block. So in final block, we not write any normal code, only closing connections, database closing connections, file closing connections. I want to close any connection to the network. I have connection with the database. Such a type of cleanup code we have to write into our finally block. First of all, there is no exception in my program. Try block, print, try, except, print, except. Finally, print finally. Yeah, this is the program. Is there any exception is there in my program? Nothing. So which statements will be executed? Try finally. Now, second one, exception is there. Print 10 by 0. By 0. Now which statement will execute, sir? Try, except, finally. Because exception is there, I handled. Okay, fine. Instead of 0 division, I'm given wrong class name. Name error. This one, what is happened there? Exception raised, not handled. Then which blocks will be executed? Try, finally, and abnormal termination. Because I'm not handled. Previously, graceful termination, there is no error. Now this time we will get runtime error. Try, finally. What is error? 0 division error. Because you are not handled exception. And all three cases, finally block will be executed. First case, no exception. Second case, exception raised, handled. Third case, exception raised, not handled. But program always abnormal termination. But any cost, finally block will be executed there. That is the main advantage of which block? Finally block. Sir, make heading finally block. This one, yeah, you are getting which error? 0 division error. You are using which class? Name error. Corresponding class not matches. That is I'm telling now abnormal termination. If the class is not matches, you are not handle exception. Still runtime error is there in our program. That's why we are getting, it is telling 10 by 0, 0 division error in your program, but you are given name error, you are not handled exception. That's why abnormal termination, we are getting error. It is specifying you getting 0 division error, but I'm using which one? Name error, class not matches. Suppose if I'm not given anything, now which type of except block it is a default. Default can handle anything. Now try, except, finally, I handle the exception. Then I'm not getting any abnormal termination, graceful termination only. Sir, finally block. It is not recommended. It is not recommended to maintain cleanup code. It is not recommended cleanup code. That is resource deallocation code or resource releasing code. It is not recommended to maintain cleanup code, resource deallocation code, or resource releasing code. Inside the try block, because there is no guarantee for the execution of every statement inside try block always. So there is no guarantee to execute each and every statement inside of the try block always. Next one. It is not recommended it is not recommended to maintain cleanup code inside accept block. Inside accept block. Because if there is no exception, then accept block won't be executed. That is the problem with accept. వచ్చావా? Hence, we required some place to maintain cleanup code, which should be executed always, irrespective of whether exception raised or not raised, and whether exception handled or not handled. Anytime I want to execute, exception raised, not raised, handled, not handled. Such a type of best place is nothing but finally block. Hence, the main purpose of finally block is to maintain cleanup code. Completed. So in the try block, we have to write risky code, except block, handling code, finally block, cleanup code. Case 1, if there is no exception, second one, exception raised but handled. Try block, print 10/0, except zero division error, except block, finally block. So exception is raised, corresponding class matches I handled in this case, try, except, finally graceful termination because I handled successfully exception. Third one, case 3. If there is an exception but not handled, class mismatches. Instead of zero division by some given name error, in this case also, final block will be executed, but abnormal termination will be happens. Abnormal termination because we are not handled the exception. So finally block will be executed irrespective of exception. Anytime it will be executed, all the cases. Exception is raised, not raised, handled or not handled. Sir, now always it should be abnormal termination only. I will give possibilities now, Subhash. If something goes wrong in finally block, no one can handle. It's always abnormal termination. Sir, for example, there is a program is there. I'm written code in the finally block. Final block at any cost will be executed. Just now given all examples. While executing program, suddenly power gone. Current పోయింది. Power gone. My laptop, there is no battery backup. If power is there, then only it will running. If power gone, it will shut down, system shut down. But I am running in the finally block, execution, suddenly power gone. Then what will happen, sir? My finally block will be executed, or else my PVM will ask to the power, oh power, please wait 1 minute. My responsibility is I have to any cost to finally block. Once you executed, then you will gone. Like that, is it requesting? No. As a system shutdown means program will be terminated. Is it a finally block or try block, any block? Once the system is there, then it will be executed. Once the system is shut down suddenly, automatically finally block also not executed. So when it will happen means there is one situation is there. In that case only the finally block not executed. Whenever I can shut down, who is responsible to execute the program? PVM. Ade intentionally I can shut down this PVM. Then no one can execute it. In that case only final block not executed. So how to shut down this one means there is one module is there. OS is the module. OS import OS operating system level functions, everything available in this only. No exceptions are removed. Sir, exception ledu. No exception. Normal I'm running program. Which blocks will be executed? Try and finally. I don't want to run finally block. After try block, I want to terminate the Python virtual machine, not OS. Okay. There is one situation is there OS dot underscore exit of 0. In this case, first statement is executed. Whenever this statement executed, your PVM will be gone. PVM will be shut down. Then automatically except kaadu kada, next 100 lines of code is there. Total program terminated. Now only try block executed. Finally not executed. Check this. Which block executed? Try. Previous case, try and finally. Why it is not executed? Because of OS dot underscore exit. Python virtual machine shut down. If PVM is not there, who is responsible to execute? No one is responsible. For example, if I am given 0, Python virtual machine will be shut down. If I am given 1, then what will happen? 1 I am given. If I am given 1, then it will continue. The stream has been closed. Sir, if I am given 1 also, finally block will be terminated. Python virtual machine will be shut down. If I am given 100, then also terminated. For example, I am given -1. Negative number. What will happen? Try only. If I am not given any number, then we will get error. Then what is happened there? Try, accept, finally. So, sir, compulsory exit can accepted positive na, negative na, one number is required. If it is negative, positive, 0, 1, 2, any number. సరే నెంబర్ ఇవ్వకపోతే ఎర్రర్ రావాలి. కాదు వెయిట్. అదేమైందంటే ట్రై బ్లాక్ వెళ్ళింది. వెయిట్, ద రీజన్ ఈజ్ ఎక్సెప్ట్ బ్లాక్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అయ్యి ఎందుకు అయిందంటే ఐఎమ్ గెటింగ్ వన్ రన్ టైమ్ ఎర్రర్. ఐఎమ్ యూజింగ్ డిఫాల్ట్ ఎక్సెప్ట్ బ్లాక్. That's why except block execute అయింది. ప్రాబ్లం ఇక్కడ ఉంది. ఐఎమ్ గివెన్ రాంగ్ క్లాస్ నేమ్. యాక్చువల్గా ఎగ్జిట్ కమాండ్ యాక్సెప్టెడ్ వన్ ఆర్గ్యుమెంట్ కంపల్సరీ. ఇదిగోండి విచ్ ఎర్రర్ కేమ్, type error. I'm using default except block. That's the reason I'm executing type except finally. So ఇదిగోండి exit missing one required argument status code. Compulsory exit accepted one argument. అది పాజిటివ్ నా నెగిటివ్ ఎనీ నెంబర్ యూ కెన్ పాస్. ప్రీవియస్ కి ఎందుకు try except finally executed means I'm using default except block. It can handle any exception. That's why type error also it is handled. So now make a note. There is only one situation where finally block won't be executed. That is whenever we are using os._exit function. Whenever we are using os._exit of 0 function, Python virtual machine itself will be shut down. In this particular case, finally block won't be executed, sir. In this case, output is only try. In the try block, statement 1, 2, 3 is there. Except block 4, finally block 5, last 6. This is the program. In try block, 3 statements are there. Except block 1 is there, statement 4. Finally block statement 5. Sir, statement 6. Finally block. Statement 6 is remaining program, rest of the program, it is not at all belongs to your finally block. Final block contain only one statement, 5. అయితే first case. Asli, if there is no exception in your program, which statements will be executed? 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Here no explanation required, normal termination only. Because all the try block statements are executed. There is no exception, but it won't go to the except block. Finally executed, remaining program also executed. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. See this? Try, print, statement 1, sir. Finally, this is the program. There is no exception, so automatically the statements 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, normal termination. Second one, case 2. If an exception raised in statement 2 and the corresponding except block matched, sir, then statement 2 exception is there, the except block is matches, then which statements will be executed? 1, 3, 7, 8, 9. All. Wait 1 minute, ruko. Here exception is there, sir, 10 by 0. I'm given 0 division error. Now tell 1, 4, 5, 6, graceful termination. Third one not executed. Save this, run this. Only 1, 4, 5, 6. Swapnil. If we can import OS and use in try block, then why we need to write final block? If the program is terminated after the OS function use, then don't use exit function. Why you are using exit function? I'm telling some situations, some conditions. Once it is okay, I want to terminate the Python virtual machine. In upcoming classes, where exactly we are using that exit command also, I will explain. If you don't want, don't use exit command. Then final block will be executed. Sir, 1, 4, 5, 6. Graceful termination will be happened. Case 3. Same story happened in statement 2, sir. But the corresponding except block not matched. Now, this time what happened is there, same 2, I provided exception 10 by 0. Instead of 0 division error, I am given sir name error, class mismatches. Now, 1, 5, 6. Which statement will execute, sir? 1, 5, 6. Here, 2 answers are coming from the people. Some people are telling it's always abnormal termination only, no doubt. The only doubt is 1, 5 or 1, 5, 6. 1, 5, 6. 1, 5. 1, 5 only. 1, 5. 6? No. 6 will execute. 1, 5, 6. Sir, here the output is first pakka 1 will be executed there. Whenever exception is, cursor come to except block, not matches. So 4, no chance. Final block at any cost executed, you know. Whenever you are not handled exceptions, okay, the rest of the program not executed. So the only output is 1, 5, abnormal termination, 6, no chance, because the runtime error came means program not executed. That is the reason 6 won't come into the picture. 1 and 5 abnormal. 1, 5. Am I getting anywhere 6? No chance. Only 1 and 5 only. 1, 5. Abnormal termination. Fourth one. Someone is asking if any exception raised at 5 kani, 6 kani. There is no alternative. Always it should be abnormal termination. No one can handle that one. An exception raised at statement 5. Ante finally block lo. Or else last of the line or in statement 6. Then it is always abnormal termination only. So if any exception raised in the statement 4 by mistakenly, it should be always abnormal termination. But before that, finally block will be executed, then program terminated. An exception raised at statement 4, then it is always abnormal termination. But before that, finally block will be executed. Case 3. If any block executed after that, whole program is terminated. Yes, program will be terminated because you are not handled the except. Whenever runtime error is there, program terminated. Na? After final block, how many statements are there? All should be terminated. It's not executed, remaining program. So in the for loops, nested for loops are there. Nested for loop means a for loop inside another for loop. Nested if conditions are there. If, elif, elif. Already in the functions we discussed nested functions also. Nested function means a function declared inside another function. Same like that. We have to define nested try except finally blocks. Nested try except finally blocks. And within the try block, again I have to go with one more try except finally. Such a type of concept is called as nesting of the try except finally. Okay, for example, try block, some code is there. Again, I'm getting one more try block. Okay, for this try, one except block, some lines of code is there. For this, one finally block, some code is there. Come outside. This except block is belongings to outer except. Finally block, outer finally. This is the syntax. Ante this total thing is called as this total part. Inner blocks. Inner try, inner except, inner finally. ఇది వచ్చేసరికి దిస్ ట్రై బ్లాక్ ఈజ్ outer try block. Outer try, except which one? Outer except, because based on indentation you can check it. For that try this except, for that try this finally block. This is called as outer finally. This called as nested try blocks. Inside try, one more try except finally I am taken. Those are inner try, inner except, inner finally. Outer except, outer try, outer finally blocks. Sir, already we discussed in the try block, we have to write which type of code? Try block. Risky code we have to write into the try block. In except block, handling code we have to write. Handling code we have to write. Mari inside try block, which code we have to write? Risky code here written, handling code is there, cleanup code we have to written here. We are getting clarity up to here. Now, which type of code we have to write into our inner try block? In this case, we have to write which code? Too much risky code we have to write into the inner try block. Sir, at the time of persons, any person, two types of categories are there. What it is? People, general common people, everyone is the people only. There are some dangerous people are there. We have to take care about that. Another category is there. Too much dangerous candidates are there. Yes or no? Dangerous people will be there. Too much dangerous people also there. Same here also. Risky code, too much risky code is there. If it is the normal risky code, we have to write in outer try block. If we are written any risky code here, this risky code can be handled by which one? Inner except block. For example, inner except block not able to handle, no problem. This will take care by which one? Outer except block will be take care. So inner try block, whatever code I am written, inner except block is responsible to handle that. Inner except block not able to handle, hands up, then outer except block will be take care about that. That is nested try except finally blocks. See one example. Print outer try block. ఇది inner try block. ఇది okay, come outside. This one so this is the code. Okay, so in this total code, this total thing is inner blocks only. This is called as outer try, outer except, outer finally. If I run the program, this one, what is the output I will get? Which blocks will be executed? Sir, here first one is first this will be executed outer try block. Next inner try. Inside try block any exception is there? Ledu. So inner finally. Tarvata outer finally. 4 statements will be executed there. Check this. Outer try, inner finally, outer final. Okay, fine. Next. Print 10/0. Now which blocks will execute? First outer try will be executed. Inner try, inner except, inner finally, outer finally. That is the output. Outer try, inner except, inner finally, outer finally blocks. Now outer try block, inner try, inner except. No. Inner finally, outer except. It will execute because it is a default accept block. Just now I'm telling na inner accept block not able to handle your error. Who is responsible? Outer accept will take care. Outer accept is the default. Anything will be handled. So outer try, inner finally, outer accept, outer finally. This is the output. Check this. Outer try, inner finally, outer accept, outer finally. When outer accept block not executed means now here also I am given by mistakenly another class. Now which statements? This one, this one, this one, this one. Abnormal termination. Because you are not handled the exception. Inner not handled, outer also not handled. This case abnormal termination we will get it. Check this. Outer try, inner finally, outer finally, 0 division error. Because inside you are not handled, Outside also not handle. Obviously, abnormal termination only. Now, hmm, sir, here which blocks are executed? First one, outer try block. Next, inner try, inner final executed, not executed. So whenever exception is raised in this case, the cursor will coming to which block? Accept block. It is a default accept block. So outer accept and outer finally blocks will be executed there. It never goes to the inside of the program. ఇదిగోండి. Outer try, outer accept, outer finally blocks will be executed there. So nested try, except finally blocks. We can take inside try or accept or finally blocks. That is nesting of So next to last concept is else block with try except finally. Else block with try except finally. Sir, we know if and else conditions. If and else means if the condition satisfied, if block will be executed, not satisfied, else block will be executed there. So when else block is executed means the only one condition. If in your program there is no exception, then only else block will be executed there. If any exception is there, then else block is not executed. Else block will be executed if and only if there is no exceptions inside try block. Then only else block exit. If any exception is there, except block executed, then else block not executed. Syntax is try block. We have to write risky code. Sir, when except block will be executed, if any exception inside try, else block will be executed when will be executed if there is no exception inside try. Finally block always will be executed whether exception raised or not raised, handled or not handled. That is the try except else finally. The try block we have tried risky code. Except will be executed if any exception raised, then only. Else block when executed, if there is no exception, then only. Finally, always will be executed. Completed. Sir, for example, see this. Print try block. print 10 by 0 except print sir. Now what is the output we will get? Try except finally, because except block is executed, then else block is not executed. Simple reason, if except is executed, then automatically else block no chance. Ade if except is not executed, then compulsory which block executed? Else block. Here exception is there, that's why else not came. Now situation is, I am removing this, I am commenting, there is no exception. Then compulsory which blocks executed? Try, else finally blocks will be executed there. Take this one as a line number 1. Line 1. First case. If we comment line 1, then else block will be executed because there is no exception inside the try block. In this case, the output is try with else with finally. Try else finally, sir. Second case, if we are commenting line 1, then else block won't be executed because there is an exception inside try block. In this case, the output is try except finally, sir. That is the story of exception handling. We need to go with our patterns. Okay. So these PAL patterns daily tutor I will tell all these patterns you have to write one side. Okay. So first one I want to go with to print given number of stars in a row. And I need to ask n value from the keyboard. I'm asking one star, two star, three star, all stars in the single row I want to print. I want to print number of stars in a single row. N value is the dynamic value. From the keyboard, I need to ask, ante, check this. Input is the function to take the data from the keyboard. I'm asking enter n value. The value may be anything, 3, 4, 5, anything. Those many stars you have to print into single row. Take for loop for I in range of n. So what is n value? Maybe n value 3. 3 stars I want to print. So I want to print. What can I print? Star. So what is n value? I don't know. Those many times it will be printed. Suppose I'm n value 1. Loop running one time, 1 star. 2. How many stars? 2 stars. Now 5. But I'm asking single row, not line by line. What to do? Comma, end equal to one space you can give. Then 5 stars, 10 stars came. So that is the first one. Square pattern I can require. Ante if I'm given n value 3, 3 stars with 3 rows, 2 stars with 2 rows, 5 stars with 5 rows. Those many number of rows, those many stars. My n is 3, assume that. So star, 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 star. 3 rows with every row, 3 stars I can required. What to do? What changes are there? Sir, here. Assume that n value 3. Assume that 3. For I in range of 3 means the value should be 0, comma 1, comma 2. So loop will be running how many times? 3 times loop is running. Now, star. I'm given single quotes. What is the meaning of this? String. String. String with star means repetition operator. Star act as a two ways multiplication. Second one is repetition. If both are integers, multiplication. N. What is the meaning of n? 3. So first row star will be printed 3 times. So loop is running 3 times kada. It will goes to second 3 stars. Next line 3 stars. So every row star will 1 I am given only 1. 2 I am given 3, 4, 5, 10. So for I in range of means those many times lines will come. Every line how many stars? N number of stars I can print. N is integer. Star is string. One string into N means repetition operator. So star will be repeated those many times. Sir, instead of star, I want to print that number. Whatever number you are entering, that number I want to print. Suppose if I'm given enter n value 3, I am given. My output is 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. A number you have to repeat. Instead of star, n. Correct. He is telling what he is telling is there. Sir, instead of sir, you can give n, he is telling. Then what will happen if I'm given like this? 999 came. Ante multiplication operator happened, okay na? But I want to repeat that one. Instead of this n, sir, can I convert into str of n? Yes or no? So integer converted to the string. One space kavali, space. This total thing repeated into n number of times. Now, give 3, give 5, give 9. Came. So integer converted to the string. And if you want to give direct n, possible, remove here into. Then automatically what is the type? Str type only. Then that is also valid only. That case also. To print. So outputs kavala అవసరం లేదు కదా. To print square pattern with provided fixed digit. One, 3. If I'm given 3, first row 1, 1, 1. Second row 2, 2, 2. Third row 3, 3, 3. Ayo. This one I can require. If I'm given 3, first row 3 ones, second row 3 twos, third row 3 threes. Like that required. What to do? Hmm. 1 comma n plus 1. Sir, whenever I'm given n value 3, I in range of n means what is the I value? First time 0, next time 1, next time 2. But first row, what is required? 1. Next 2, 3. So can I go with here? Instead of str of n, can I go with str of I plus 1? First time I value 0, 0 plus 1, 1. Repeated how many times? 3 times. Next row I pointing to 1, 1 plus 1, 2. Repeated 3 times. Next I plus 1, 2 plus 1, 3. Repeated n number of times. ఇప్పుడు ఇంకా ఛాన్స్ లేదు. ద ప్యాటర్న్ ఈస్ 1 1 1 2 2 2 3 3 3. For that pattern, this is the program. If n is 3 అయితే this is the output. If n equal to 3, then this is the output. 1 1 1 2 2 2 3 3 3. Instead of numbers, A, second letter, third letter, ఇది కావాలి. Pade. What is the A ASCII value? ASCII value number, A number. చూడండి ఇక్కడ go to Python shell. ORD is the function, capital A you can ask. 60 అంటే ఆటోమేటిక్ ఇంకా B వాల్యూ ఎంత అవుద్ది? 66, 67. Sir, now ఇక్కడ what is the value of I value? 0, 1, 2. Instead of str, can I go with chr of 65 plus I? What is the meaning? 65 plus 0 means 65. 65 number character, chr means. What is the character? A. Repeated how many times? 3 times, the n number of times. All the alphabets came. Challenge. Prasthanik, we practice it. Tomorrow we will see another patterns. This is the program. So 10:48.
Recording stopped.
Okay, bye everyone. Tomorrow we will continue the session.